good morning to all of you. Those of you who are going to be joining, I wish you all the best during this entire next 2 weeks, because I know that it's leading up to Christmas, right? I have to tell you that the other day I made some, butternut squash, and I put some cinnamon and some cardamom and some other spices on this squash to make it a little more flavorful. And the house still smells like gingerbread, which is lovely. I have to say, I am absolutely thrilled that my house smells like Christmas right now. So we are now starting to stream. I don't see anybody in our comments yet, but I also don't see any viewers yet. So I'm going to probably have to do some refreshing. Let's see. Yep, nope, that's not working. So let's see, I'll go on my phone and see if there's actually anybody there, because sometimes it just doesn't work for me. Let's see, I have to go to, oh yes, there I am, absolutely working. I can't believe it. This is sometimes so frustrating. I won't be able to see your comments, and I'll just have to wing it. So hang on for a minute. I'm going to just double check to see if I can find my group, and then I should be able to find my, let's see if I can find my group, because sometimes that's not so easy. Okay, I can't find it that way, so I have to find it some other way. Let's see, there's my groups, there's the chat group, and there I am. It says I'm live and I don't see anything here. So I am going to check and see. Oh, good morning. Good. So Diane is there. That's lovely. Tammy's there, and lots of loves and likes. Thank you. Morning, Marty. Good morning, Lisa and Donna. Donna. Oh, how nice. And Jean Morrison. Very nice. So what I'm going to try and do is refresh my entire page and see if that actually helps, because it does make a big difference if I can talk to you on my computer. Let's see. It says no comments yet. Let's see. Maybe open in a new window. Pop out. No, I'm gonna try and do this, because it will really make a difference this morning. So give me a break. I'm going to try and refresh my entire screen, which may mean that I might lose you, and then I will just start again. Okay. There we go. Yes. It worked. I was always afraid to try it because I might lose people, but no, I've got you. So this is awesome. Hello. Okay, hello everyone. Isn't that funny that I need to refresh my screen before it actually functions? I know that this is a very common thing when you're just looking at something online, but I figured that the stream will be interrupted, but nope. Not interrupted at all. Tammy says hello from chilly Washington, Pennsylvania. Mom-in-law is getting her perm done. Sounds like she's around. And Deborah is here. Hello. Good to see you. And by the way, I don't see all the original texts, which is another thing that's interesting. So whatever comments were there to begin with, I refreshed it out of there, but I did see them on my phone, so that's good. Good morning. Good morning. And Tedra says, hello from Phoenix. A bit cooler today, 70s tomorrow. Thank you for the weather report. Again, very nice that you've got your cool weather and you can be outdoors. I don't know what it would be like to be imprisoned by the heat, except that my 6 months in Mazatlan allowed me to see that it was not easy getting, being indoors all the time so that you can survive. It was just not fun. Bonjour, Barbara Belli. That's my friend Barbie in France. She lives in Charente. In the south middle of France. I'm not exactly sure where, but I know that I've looked it up on the map. And hello to Barbie too. Nice to see you. Susan says hello to everyone from Brisk, North Carolina. I can see you, Taya, with no glasses. All right. And you had to look at me. I think maybe you should look at some beautiful scenery. That is great. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. That makes such a difference, doesn't it? And to have no glasses after all that time, it really is, it's just, I know it's a miraculous feeling. I'm sure it is. Yes, the summers are hot and they don't totally keep us indoors, but if you can find shade, exactly. But I think you didn't have as much humidity as I did, right, Tedra? In Mazatlan, the humidity can sometimes be 96%, seriously, and it's not raining. Good morning, Pet Henke. Good to see you. Very nice. Please don't worry about anything that you do. If we do something, if we tell you something, it's not to make you feel bad, okay? It's only just to guide. And we've done that to many people, so you're not the only one. Margaret Andrew, hello. Good to see you too. Let's see who else. Diane, I am live on Facebook via iPhone. Okay. Great. And Kathleen D'Souza, you're here as well. Marcia Buckingham from Dallas. Ellen Meldrum, very nice to see you. And Joanna Fuzon, filling out Christmas cards while listening. Oh, that sounds so almost old-fashioned now, because I don't think that I've done Christmas cards for probably a decade. So, Joanna, congratulations for continuing the wonderful it used to be a really important thing. Like you were, socially outcast if you didn't send everyone that you knew at least a Christmas card. But now I get them from my bank. That's it. And sometimes from my doctor or something like that. But I rarely get any from friends. There was one lady who does what you do, Joanna, and I love it because I see her writing, and I know that was her, that she actually sent it, even though email, people actually send those too. Tedra, hello again. Oh yes, no, I've already seen your comment about your cooler temperature, so it's off. Awesome. Okay, so this is great. We've got a number of viewers. I'm really thrilled. And Lisa, you're here as well. I'm so glad to see you. Lisa was here 2 days ago, actually. She drove all the way down here and all the way back in one day. And I want to tell you people, this is 3.5 hours of driving. So basically 7 hours of driving, and I got to see her for a couple of hours. I'm so grateful you were here. It was so nice to have you here in person. I mean, we've spent probably 26 years or 27 years together, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, not exactly always in the same room, but we were always together. I mean, working together for that long, it's just amazing. And it feels like when you're here, I suddenly feel more complete, like I did when I was younger. Anyway, it's just really nice that you took the time out to do that and to work with and also to work with your other part-time employer so that it all works for everybody. Anyway, thanks for the driving. I have, by the way, made a better salad so the next time you come, the salad will be way, way better. Marty says, I've discovered I have to put off finishing the cottage stitch along. I don't have the 18 count fabric in my stash. Oh no! Oh no, woe is you is right. Oh no, you can't do that. You've got to go out and get some immediately. Good morning, Karen Lark. Nice to see you this morning, bright and early. Wishing you all the best for Christmas, and so glad that you keep showing up week after week, even though it's early. And it's a good thing you like waking up early, but on the other hand, waking up early in New Zealand just to attend our stream, it's really sweet. It just makes me feel like I'm here for a reason. Margaret Hardy, hello from Philadelphia. Generally speaking, I don't believe that I've have had Margaret in the group for quite a while, or if at all. Tell us if you're new, and if you're not, tell us tell us anything. We're happy to have you here, Margaret. I'm so glad that you decided to say hello for sure. You may have been here before and not said anything. That's also that sometimes that happens to people. So what I do want to do for sure is to show you the bling tree that Lisa brought down. And she didn't just bring it down. She stretched it on a mat board before she brought it down. It is stunning. And then it's going to be put on a flat fold later, but we've got the material. It's going to be a green material around the outside. And that'll end up being a flat fold. So it's so bright and so sparkly that it kind of darkens the entire rest of the stream right now, because the picture is just focused on the bling tree too. And I also want you to know we are more than halfway sold out of our bling tree 2 kits. So that's something to keep in mind. And I just can't believe how kind people are to, and I know you want to have them, so you will get them, but to actually ignore the fact that it's not going to be sent until Canada Post goes back to work. And so far, we're just crossing our fingers that it'll happen soon, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be before Christmas. However, you will get whatever you ordered, whether it's the Bling Tree 2 kit, which is actually well priced, and or some of the other, we've got some other patterns that are still available as printed patterns. So we have all of these kinds of patterns as well. I think there's 10 patterns, and the original Bling Tree is one of them. So we have those all on sale, for sale too. Not on sale, for sale. There's a difference. Anyway, thank you, Lisa, for including this. I'm going to end off the show with this as well so that people can see the sparkles. I love this piece. I'm glad you were here to see. You've been here on and off. Okay, I apologize, Margaret. sometimes my brain will not hold on to names, and of course I don't see your actual face, so sometimes it's easy to forget. Tammy, I really love the Bling Tree 2 as well. And oddly enough, my friend Norma and I went to Butcher Gardens to see the Christmas light show that they present every Christmas, and I'd never been to because it's expensive. And so the two of us decided we were going to go out there and do that. And her friend actually gave us some free tickets to it. So it wasn't expensive. I had no excuse. So we went early at around 3 o'clock, and we saw the gardens gradually being more and more illuminated as the darkness fell. And the darkness falls here around 4. So we took a nice trip around the whole gardens, and there were very few people here in the gardens at that time because it was still fairly light. But it was dry, which was remarkable. And then at around 4 o'clock, the lights started to really show up. I've got some fabulous pictures, so I'll include one in today's newsletter of the sunken gardens when we left, which was about 5 o'clock, and it was all dark all around at that time. And the gardens just sparkled. It was unbelievable. And actually what they'd done is they replaced flowers with lights. So, and other things too. They did a 12 Days of Christmas display that was unbelievable. Behind some hedges at the end, when we walked all the way through, behind some hedges, they had these frogs leaping up and down, gigantic frogs, but from far away, they just looked like the Lords a leaping. That was my favorite part of the Butch Arts display. And speaking of which, I have a 12 Days of Christmas pattern here that I've actually had rolled up. So it's a little bit, how can I put it? It's just a little bit wrinkly. I'm sorry about that, because usually I had it hanging up in my home when I had a house. Now I have a rented place, so I don't have room for everything. But it still looks really nice, and I wanted you to see it because I know Dorothy did all the ornaments, and I have them here too, but I'll just show you the entire sampler briefly. As I go past, you'll see them all. And by the way, 4 collie birds is important. In the Butcher Gardens, they did it wrong too. They called them calling birds, and they had toucans and whatever displayed. But they're collie birds, which are like blackbirds in England. Then there's the 5 gold rings, and then 6 geese a-laying. Oh, I'm getting a little bit, there we go. I'll fold it over so you can see it more easily. 7 swans a-swimming. And the maids a-milking really worked well. There's a lot of specialty stitches in this too, so you can see those. The drummers drumming worked really well. And then the pipers piping. Again, you'd be surprised how many specialty stitches are in this. And then at the end are the 12 lords a-leaping and a little Christmas, and I did this in 2006, but you can put your own date on it. I actually designed it in 2006. I think it was for a Just Cross Stitch retreat in Williamsburg. And they invited me to do that, which was really nice of them because I wasn't part of their usual American designers, and it was the only time I went down there, but it was lovely. I mean, I really enjoyed seeing Williamsburg, etc. Oh, good. Not so early at the moment. Awesome. I'm glad you like it. Marty, I have so many VS patterns, but I've done them all. As you know, any design that I create, I think just about any design, it might be one that I didn't completely stitch myself, but I stitched them myself, and that's what you see on the front cover. So, and as I stitch, I rip out and I put it in again, and I rip it out and put it in again, and I try and I do little experiments along the side, salvages, and I basically, that's how I design rather than doing it all on a computer. Many designers work primarily on the computer, and they have other people stitching their pieces for them. But because I do so many specialty stitches, the richness of the threads, the colors of the threads themselves, and the not just the richness, but the texture of the threads is all plays part of the design. So I just can't imagine all that on a computer. My brain just doesn't do it. So I basically try things out all the time. And I had a wonderful time designing this one. This 12 days was so fun to design because it just almost went by itself. I could just make the little figure that was about the day, and then I put the words around it, and then I did some specialty stitches around that. Oh, it was great fun. I think you're going to like doing it if you ever do a long bell pull like that. It actually fits right beside a door very nicely, and the bell pull hardware is not hard to get anymore for that size. Okay, let's see what else. I am now not seeing too many comments. Are you ever going to do another accessory packet for the first bling tree? We have no plans. I'm just going to say that, Kathleen D'Souza. We have no plans to make any accessory packs. Now, remember, when we were doing accessory packs, we had a rather complicated, which you may not realize, but in our background was a let's see, we have an IT guy who created a program for us so we could keep track of the creation of these packs. And not only were they being assembled, we had to order for them all, and then we had to assemble them, and we had to send them out to our kit makers to be assembled. So all of that machinery is really not there anymore. So when we do packs, we will do them as a limited thing. And I'm not saying that we're going to do any packs for previous designs. We may do some for new designs. That's as much as I can do. And we can't get some of the same ornaments that I put on the first bling tree, which is somewhere. Oh, I don't have the first bling tree here. You know why? Because it's in my living room displaying. Anyway, so I apologize for any inconvenience for that, because I know it's really sad when you can't get all the materials, but really there are so many different kinds of things you can put on your own tree. You can even make it the same tree, but put lots of different buttons on that you can find, or some of your own buttons, some sequins that you might find. You can create your own tree, even though that might be a little more difficult to make it look like the original bling tree. But the design of the bling tree, the tree itself is all cross stitch, and then the little writing around the outside and at the bottom, all that is in that design. So it would be, if you like the design itself, great, add your own bling. That's all I can say. Yes, I will be creative, she says. All right, so it's good for everyone to know. We just don't have plans to make packs for older designs, or past designs, I should say. I mean, we made lots, and we sold lots at the time. So just wanted you to all know that it's not because we don't want to, but it's a lot more complicated now that I don't have my studio anymore. I am just in a condo, and I have an extra bedroom, and that bedroom is now this little studio right here. So I don't have a place to do those kinds of things, or do all the mailing and all that I want to do. Lisa is doing the mailing. Thank goodness for Lisa, because she has some space in her house, but it's several hours away from here, so the two of us can't actually collaborate so easily. But we do everything that we can online, and we Zoom a fair bit. We do a lot of Zooming. So also want to show you some other gingerbread houses, because I promised that I would focus on the gingerbread village, and this is the flower shop. Now, as you can tell, it says flower shop on this side and it says flower shop on this side, but this is meant to be the front, where you can see all of the nice display of flowers, and a little Christmas tree, of course. There's a sunflower, because I just happen to like sunflowers, and they go anytime. Then on either side you will see some specialty stitches. Basically, this was meant to be the flowers of the flower shop. It's a decoration. Some of them are beadwork, some is bullion knots, Some is attaching buttons. Some are, let's see, I think this one is colonial knots. There's some queen stitches there. And as you can tell, there's a variety of different flowers there. And it's the same on both sides. And then on the back is a different scene. And this scene, of course, is them packaging up all of the flowers and arranging them all. You know, you need a workroom when you have a florist shop. So I wanted you to see the flower shop. And also, we had Gabor's lovely quilt shop. I think that he did one just recently. And this is the quilt shop. Those of you who are quilters can understand the references. We have quilt blocks, of course, and we have quilt blocks here on either side as decoration. I actually put a little cast iron sewing machine on top of what I call the portico with the door in the front, and people up here are actually stitching on a quilt. And of course in the back you'll see a mini quilt and a little doggy and some other decorations. So this is meant to look like quilts on the outside. The shape of the building is a little bit different, kind of like a salt box, but it's just different, not in any way off-putting. And then finally there's the needle workshop. And I wanted you to see this one too because it was finished so beautifully. At the front of the needle workshop, you can see some people. They're stitching. That might be me. No, that might be me teaching. I'm not sure, but it could also be Lisa. She's probably doing some finishing there. And we have the nice Christmas tree on the side and a little bell that shows, okay, ring the bell when you want to come in. And then there on this side, yeah, there definitely is a place where people are lining up to pay for their goods. And this is a class ongoing at the back with some books, you know, some needlework books and some cross stitch on the walls. As you can see, this little cross stitch picture was one of my favorites, a little house. And then there's even a pair of scissors here as a little ornamentation charm. And then on this side, this side is where I'm sitting. This is my needle workshop. And I've got the cash register there with a little dollar sign, which I thought was really funny. Remember, I used to work in a needle workshop, so for me this was really fun to do. And then Lisa did an amazing job. I'm sorry, I always call her Lisa. Did an amazing job. She put the alphabet together, the alphabet and the roof sections together, sewed them up, and then we have this beautifully finished interior. You don't have to do this, okay? But if you don't, you'll be missing out because it's so beautiful. And all the finishing instructions are in that leaflet. So you wouldn't have any problem finishing this needle workshop. I'm going to put it back together. And the top isn't even hardanger or anything. It's just a little bit snowy. Very pretty. We use 2 different linens, but you can also dye your own linen if you want, or just use black, or use the same gingerbread colored linen for the rooftop. Okay, so that sewing machine is impossible to find. Okay, so I remember where I found it before. Maybe Lisa remembers too. I think that we got the sewing machine, and it wasn't a charm. It was made of brass, I think. Oh, anyway, Lisa, have you got any details about that sewing machine? Because you're right, it'll probably be really hard to find. The company that we bought it from is not even in existence anymore, but you might be able to find some cast iron. That's what it is. That's the words that I was trying to come up with. It's a cast iron piece. So when you're searching, when you're using Google or ChatGPT, search for cast iron pieces, charms rather, and you may still be able to find it. And I'm not sure where else you could look. You could possibly troll the internet for needlework shops that have Victoria Sampler ACPACs. Remember, there was a lady who said that she had some ACPACs left over. She may not have that one. The needlework shop ACPAC may not be one of the ones she has, but that's the other option. And they may not have them online. You know, you have to actually get in touch and email people. So you've probably been doing all of that, and I apologize if you can't find any. However, maybe you'll find something else to put on top, something very quilty. Yeah, try Amazon. Anyway, so thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that. Margaret Hardy said she just ordered the Bling Tree 2 kit. Great project. It is, and it will be. As soon as we can get Canada Post off their duffs and get to delivering again, you will get it. You will get it ASAP. Oh, yeah, Hobby Lobby will have a lot of Bling Tree things. Very good point, Joanna. Yes, and that's Kathleen really needed to hear that. Sorry, I can't remember. That's no problem at all. Okay, so what else did I want to do besides showing Bling Tree 2 again? Because I love it so much. Thank you so much, Lisa, for making it look like, instead of just a piece of linen, to have it stretched like that. Really much nicer. I also wanted to show you of the Gingerbread Village. This adorable little village Christmas tree, I think it's called. And it's 3-sided, which, keep that in mind. You don't have to make 4-sided trees. Even the Christmas, what's it called? The gingerbread tree etui is 4-sided, but you could make it 3-sided with the same kind of effect. And that way you wouldn't have to do quite as many sides. Karen started the candy cane house. Oh, I'm really glad. I will wish you all the best with that, because it does take some time to finish it. Excuse me. I'm talking a little too fast because I'm trying to get everything that I wanted to say in. It does take some time to finish it, so take your time. And if it's not in time for this Christmas, it will be in time for next Christmas. It just guarantees that you'll be there to display it next Christmas. We know this. One of the other things I wanted to show you was our 2 mainly cross-stitch ornaments. So these ones I have backed with felt, or Lisa has backed with felt. We have backed with felt. And the felt is the wool felt, so it's very, very rich and thick. However, you can finish this in many different ways. And remember, we have a ornament finishing leaflet also in our on our website. So keep that in mind if you don't know how to do something. And finally, today, what I want to show you is this absolutely gorgeous, and I'm saying this myself because I love it, a biscornu. And I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Bargello biscornu. And this one was in Christmas colors. And so I didn't want you to miss it, because it's not something that is immediately apparent to most people. When they think about Christmas, they don't think about this. But look at this. Each of these hardhanger areas is filled with the blanket stitches as a blanket stitch flower. And they're done in gold, metallic gold. So pretty. Look at that. They sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. So this is just absolutely adorable for a finish. And then there's even a scissor fob that goes with it. And I did this, it looks like, in 2010. Bye, Susan Williamson Randall. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Hello, Lisbeth, for a few minutes. So nice to see you. And Joanna's got the tree to do in her pile. Absolutely adorable. This is the tree. And because Lisbeth is only here for a few minutes, I wanted to show you the sparkly bling tree. It is here. Lisa has delivered it to me on last Wednesday. And she's going to put another frame around it with some fabric. The next time we see each other, we'll have that put together. We'll actually glue it together. It'll be lots of fun. So I do want to make sure that you all realize how much I appreciate you being here. I know this is Christmas, so many of you are very busy. So I'm going to make sure that you get an angel card, a special angel card. There it is. I don't know what it says yet, but I'll read it. Be patient with yourself. I need that. Be patient with yourself around the holidays. Are you kidding? That is going to be quite the job to do that. So everyone here, be patient with yourself, okay? And especially around Christmas. Hi, Liz. Really good to see you. I'm glad you were here. Have a wonderful weekend to you too, and to everyone who's here. I wish I could show you more things. I do have a few more things, but I really wanted to be sure that I ended off with Bling Tree 2. Bling Tree 1, I will show you next week for sure. Yes, absolutely. It is really important to be patient, but not just with other people, but with yourself as well. Bling Tree 2 kit online. Also, the pattern is online, just so you know. And I'm sending out a newsletter later on today, so you will get the let's see, you'll have the stitch of the week, and you'll have the pattern of the week, and some other goodies in there. And of course, the free pattern is showing there now as well on our website. So wishing you all the best this weekend. Bling Tree 2, available now. I'm saying that because I know it is really going out the door quite quickly, and we have less than half left. And so even though you're not going to get it for a while, I know this for a fact, you will get them. So order them now, even if it's not going to be there before Christmas. It will be there for you for next year. So just wanted to let you know to have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Friday. Tomorrow is cookie day. So cool. Wishing you all the best, and I'm going to say goodbye now for sure, and wishing you a very wonderful holiday preparation week. Bye-bye.